Hi guys, it's me. I've had a transformation to my face, you might have noticed, because this week on this video I'm going to talk about my braces experience, and as you can see I definitely have braces and I haven't really been uploading that much because I've been very busy with my college. So I finally get to do this now, and I just thought, why not do a braces experience video, because it gives you lots of like advice and tips and what it's going to be like really. So I just want to share my experience with you and let you know how I felt about it really. So without further ado, I'm just going to get on to it because I always talk for long. Hopefully I edit it down so it's not too long. So yeah, let's go. So most of you might not realise that before my braces, like having my braces, my teeth were actually quite bad and they were crooked everywhere. Like I looked like a monster, and I've never seen someone as bad as me who have like teeth so wonky that I didn't even realise it quite so much. Like I didn't think it was that bad at first, but now that I realise having braces up now, it's definitely like it was worse like when I was younger. So I will put a pic up next to it so you can see what I look like, and if it scares you, I'm quite sorry. It actually like really shocked me the way I looked. I didn't realise obviously, but and obviously afterwards, this is what happened afterwards. So I'll just come closer a bit so you can see. They are a bit yellow, but sorry about that guys. Since I've had my braces, I absolutely find that they were whiter with my braces on. I don't know why, but like for some reason I can't get them white anymore. But I'm going to try all these toothpaste and do that sort of stuff, so hopefully it'll be whiter. But yeah, that's my teeth now, and they're nice and straight, and I feel like I can smile more now that I've had them off. But before my braces experience, my better one, let's say, I went to somewhere in Truro, like a private, well I felt like it was private because only like a few people went there, and at first I just carried on going to there with my mum, and my mum would take me like to when it was like a school time because that was all they can do. So I just went there, and we didn't really get a very good experience because my mum and I found that they were quite rude to us. They weren't really talking to us with much respect like you would normally go, oh how can I help you, and oh just be fine and everything like that. It was like that, but just not as good as you thought. It might be like not what you expected, a bit like you should be a bit more polite to your customers. So but before like the worst thing happened, like my mum and dad were trying to like get me to have braces, and I didn't really think that I wanted braces because obviously I didn't know how bad they was. I didn't realise, obviously I could see how bad they were, but I didn't, for some reason my brain wasn't connecting very well, and thought, oh they're fine, there's worse, but actually there's not. So going back to my story, my mum was like, oh have braces because you'll have a better smile. I was like, fine. So one time when I went to have my braces done, we went to have an appointment, and when you have braces, they give you this impression, and it's like what's it like? It's like Play-Doh, and you put it in your mouth, and it makes like or an impression of what your teeth look like a gum, like a mould, and then they take that out and it dries, so you have like a mould of it, and you get retainers a lot of the time, and I had my retainer in it. I did try my retainer, but for some reason I couldn't, when I had my retainer I couldn't speak very well, and I didn't really like having it in because I felt like I couldn't speak and I wasn't talking very clearly, so I wouldn't really wear it that much, which is quite bad. But my mum and dad were like, how are you even like understanding what you're saying? So I try not to wear them and only wear them at night, and I felt like I was choking a bit as well. So I didn't wear them very much after my impressions. So then we went back, and the next time they did it again, like another impression, but this time they didn't even know, like we weren't probably going to get told that I was going to have another impression. They didn't say, oh you'll have another impression today and you're going to see the dentist as well. And we saw the dentist, when we saw the dentist we thought, okay, we're just going to talk to the dentist then. But then I went with this lady who was quite nice, and she took me to do the impressions because she was like one of them that did the impression. And my mum was waiting in the reception, and she thought I was going to speak to the dentist privately. but actually I wasn't. I was having my impressions done without realising. I was like, I thought, hang on a minute, we didn't, like, this is not what my mum told me. Like, my mum didn't tell me that. I mean, it's not because I didn't like them, it's because, like, she would have told me before, you know. So, my mum came in after a while because she was wondering where I was, because it was like 20 minutes, and she was like, well, she's not going to be this long in the dentist. So, she came in and she found me in the impression room, and oh my god, you should have seen her. She was so mad, and I couldn't blame her, because what would you do if you were my mum's feet, let's say, and you saw that your daughter was having impressions or your son was having impressions and you didn't get told anything about it, like you're supposed to know? Surely, like, you'd go in there with them. And my mum came in with me most of the time and she didn't, and I thought, well, I don't mind being by myself, but I thought it was a bit strange because she was like, do you want me to come in or do you want me not? But we didn't know that, obviously. So when she came in, she was fuming, and she just like took my hand and walked out and like spoke to the reception. She was like, well, I'm not happy about this, I don't think I should be coming here again. And they didn't really say anything about it, really. They're just like, oh, okay. It's like, you're supposed to try and encourage us to come back, like stay, like, oh, don't leave, this thing. But there was none of that. And so my mum was like really worried that she wouldn't find another experience for my braces. But someone kept saying about the Shiro hospital that I go to now, or that I have been going to, and I was like, oh, go there because they do really nice one, and they'll treat you properly here with all like respect and everything. So I went to have a chat with. One day I had a chat with this man that did my braces that I've had for the past 2 years, and they first did an operation on me because I had to have a few teeth out. So, because my teeth were all over the place, there wasn't enough space for my braces to come in. So, they arranged for me to have an operation to have my teeth out, and I was like under local anaesthetic because I was like quite a fussy mover and I was quite sensitive to it. Don't move that, Pebbles. I've got my cat here. Yeah, and I went to have my. I didn't really mind having my teeth out that much because I knew that I was going to be asleep anyway, so it wouldn't really matter about it. So I had 8 teeth removed once, and another time I had 4. And this was like, I think it was the 8th, no, 4. I had 4 teeth at that time. And before that, before my actual day that I had my 4 teeth taken out, there were only like a couple at the top and a couple at the bottom, so you wouldn't really realise it when I had my braces on. It felt really weird though. But the good thing about this is that I was supposed to originally have my operation a couple of days before I went to this Justin Bieber concert, and as you guys know, I love Justin, just saying it, but I still do. I'm obsessed with this man, right? Trust me, he is brilliant, Justin is. But anyway, as I was saying, I went to this concert a few days before, after, because they changed it, and for a few years after, because my mum and dad saying, well, she's not going to fill up to the concert, she has a teeth out now, so they changed it a few days after the concert. And it was a lot better because I could have my experience, I wouldn't be in pain so much. And yeah, so when I had my teeth out, they had numbed my face and everything felt like all big, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't know what to feel like. I felt like being punched in the face or something because I just couldn't feel it, but I could feel like pins and needles in my face. And I felt like my face was really big, but actually it was just because they like numbed it down and it was fine, like nothing was puffy or anything. So I went for an early operation, so I just stayed in bed, in the hospital bed for most of the day, but I couldn't, weirdly enough, like normally I just love having the days off of school because you know what school's like, but I really wanted to get home and I had to stay there for like most of the day. I was like, I want to go home in my own bed. I kind of felt like uncomfortable after a while because I just, obviously, what would you feel like after having your braces, like your teeth taken out? But we got home at like lunchtime, let's say, or just after lunch, I think it was. And when I first woke up, I was like where am I? I forgot where I was, and I was like, the woman was trying to wake me up. It was like, Chloe, Chloe. I'm like sleeping in my bed, like I was like, where am I? But I keep going off track in a way, but once I was home, like I had to have a couple of days off. But the nicest thing ever is that my class had, the whole of my class had invited me, like written even, a get well soon card, and actually it's made me cry just thinking about it, and I was actually in tears when I found it when I got home. And one of my best friends like got everyone to sign it, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And I had to have a few days off just to make sure like I was okay, because I was a bit dizzy and disorientated. So Mum and Dad like let me have a few days off, and I did like schoolwork at home anyway when I felt like I could do it. And I had like a week off, so that was not too bad. But it definitely felt weird not having like I had like 4 teeth out, so it felt like really big in my mouth. After a few days, it was like, where is everything? Like it feels too big, like nothing's there. I've lost all my teeth. But actually, I hadn't. It just like I was still numb for a few days, so I just felt like that, and it was really weird eating. Like one night, I was having like spaghetti or something, and it felt like the spaghetti was tying around the teeth that I had. That it felt really strange, but after a while I was like, oh, it's fine. It's just what I'm thinking. It's not actually happening, because obviously you're not used to that, having like teeth out, and after a while it was fine. But I think I'd say a couple of weeks after I had my teeth out, I then had my braces on. And what I'm going to say about my braces is that when you get your braces, it might hurt for a few days, like the first few days every time you get your braces on, because it's the pressure that's moving your teeth. So you feel like a bit of tightness, and it's only where like they proper tighten your teeth and it will move and start to move like that. And after a few days, like you can take paracetamol and it will go away, the pain, and it just feels fine then. So after having my first set of braces, I took a picture of what it looked like, and it wasn't long until I had like they actually left 2 braces like off two of my teeth at the front, because they were right back behind, until Christmas, which was 2012 I think it was, yeah. And they had my braces on, and I had like, you have 3 or 4 months of your first month where they change your wire, and then they'll just do that for a long time, like change your wire, so like every time you get your brace on, it'll be a bit of pressure, but it'll be fine. It only hurt for a little bit. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, when I had my braces on for the first time, it did hurt a bit, but I just took paracetamol, and after the first couple of days it was gone, like the pain, and it felt a little bit strange eating. So I tried to eat soft food rather than something like hard to chew, and it was a lot better, so it wouldn't hurt so much. People like, I went to school with braces, like people were like, oh my god, you got braces, like how's it feel and everything. And it, like straight away I was like, it actually feels good for once. And after a few days I actually couldn't feel the brace at all. I didn't even realise it was there, and that's what kept me going. Like every time I had my wires changed, it would hurt for a few days, but then after a while I just forget they're in there really. And I think by Christmas, when they put the brackets on the teeth that hadn't had brackets, and they joined the braces up with them, like instantly, that's when I could see something changes, something's actually happening here. And obviously, with my teeth, they're quite bad, but I felt like I couldn't see any difference when I first had my braces on until the first Christmas with my braces. And since they had the 2 brackets on the teeth that hadn't so far back, and they moved a bit, I just thought that they moved instantly. Like in a few weeks, they were right up where they should be. And I noticed that for the whole year. And I thought, yes, it's actually like, this is actually working now. And I really like having braces then. But as I said before, after a while I didn't realise I had braces, and a lot of the time people would say, oh, how's your braces? And I'm like, well, they're fine as usual, like I can't feel anything, they're not in the way, and that sort of stuff. But I like to have these special like toothpick things that you would, every night I'd clean them, and like they're a bit like what do you call them, toothpicks or something, where you clean your teeth. I mean, because if you have like anything that's hidden in your brace and you can't get it with a normal toothbrush, you just use that, and that'd be fine. And I use them a lot. They help really well. And obviously you clean your teeth and that sort of stuff, but I didn't have retainers obviously then. And then after a while they told me to stop using them, to see if it would make a difference, and it got worse for me. My gums were actually quite puffy, so because I found it hard, like the last 6 months I found it really hard to clean my teeth at the top, and they were all puffy, like my gums were coming down because they were so hard. Like that, one of my braces, they had like double wires, if you know what I mean, after a while, because they were getting out of like order, like the gums, and I was trying to put the teeth back. So I carry on using them after they said carry on using them now, like the floss things to clean your teeth with, and I carried on using them, and then I got a bit better then. So then where was I? Then it was just like back to normal really again. And the last couple months, I mean, I found that it was like a lot of time it was 2 months every 2 months I'd have my wires checked and changed, and like more pressure on my teeth. And then a couple of times when I had that done, I actually didn't feel any pain at all, and I was like, well, this is the first, like, this was weird, this is supposed to hurt kind of thing, but it actually didn't. It was all fine. So to get to the point of my ending now, of my experience, they took them off, and it was like a whole day appointment. So in the morning I came in it was like one of my college days off, so I came in on a Wednesday. Had to come in like at 9 o'clock my appointment was, so as a teenager I had to get up early, and I was like, ugh. But then I was like, it was really worth it. Like, I couldn't wait to get my braces on, even though I didn't mind my experience. And with some people, they have like, oh, my cat's playing with the wire. Pebble, don't play with that, because you might eat it. He's trying to be affectionate. Attention-seeking princess. Some people will have aches or have wax in it, but I didn't really need to use that. But like a few weeks before I had my braces up, I was with my cousin, and I was like, we're talking about our favourite sweets, and I was like, I never used to like drumsticks, like the sweet things on the stick, like the lollipop things. And the last couple of years, I've actually really enjoyed them. And I was like, I know as a joke, I was like, the first thing I'm going to eat when I get my braces off is a drumstick, like, just to be funny, and it was actually quite funny. And I have had a drumstick since. He's going to jump on it. But I've still being careful, because I was like, what if it comes out and gets stuck to my teeth or something? But yeah, and I tried not to eat sweets. The hardest thing is to be really healthy with braces and not eat chewing gum, sweets, like drink Coke, juice, that sort of stuff, because it will stain your brace sometimes, and afterwards you might get a white like square where your bracket's been, because you've had too much bad for you, like juice or anything. Pebbles, stop being affectionate. Being attention seeking. Pebbles, don't scratch that. Pebbles. My princess is so affectionate sometimes. But yeah, you're supposed to be having drinks. I rarely had them, so I was trying to be good to myself and not have them. So I didn't. And when I had my braces off, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I had my braces off in the morning that day, and they took them off, and they wanted me to come back in, because I had my impressions for my retainer, and it's like a clear one. I wear them at night. You can wear them in the day or night, but I wear mine at night just to keep them in place, because I find that if I wear them in the day and I need to eat something, it's a bit annoying. I have to clean my teeth, take them in and out all the time, and it'll get even more dirty. So I just do it at night. But that's my personal preference. I mean, when you have yours, you can choose really. Maybe a dentist says wear them at night or wear them at daytime, or either way, both if you wanted to. But I'm supposed to wear mine for 12 hours at night, or at least like 10 or 12 hours, so at least they'll retain like being straight, like staying straight for longer, as long as possible. That's what the whole retainer is. But one thing I like about my retainers is that they're see-through, so they just make your teeth really shiny, and whether they're perfectly white or like kind of white and a bit yellow, then like it'll just make your teeth look really shiny, and actually quite nice for once. And I couldn't believe my teeth. Like when I had my braces off, I was like, oh my god, it feels really weird. Like, I didn't realise that they were my teeth. They didn't feel like they should be, because I actually pictured it to be looking a bit different, but I'm glad that they don't look that way, because I was like, what if they look like that? Like, what if it looked like kind of freaky kind of thing. But at first I was like, oh my god, they look like someone else's teeth, not mine. Like, how could they possibly be my teeth? And obviously I'm used to them now, and I feel like I can smile now, like properly smile, put on my face as if I was like hiding them back. But I wasn't. Like, I just felt like my mouth was too big in my face when I used to smile, and I just never used to like it that much in photos. But now that I can feel like I can properly smile, and I kind of almost feel pretty now, which sounds a bit sad, but I actually never thought I'd be so pretty. But yeah. Let me know what you think of this video. Pebbles, don't scratch that. Let me know what you think of this video. Comment if you like it. And like this video if you enjoyed it. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and my Facebook page. My Instagram is BeBallInBay. I changed it recently because I thought that was a better one, because obviously Justin, if you've seen his beat after me, oh my god, he was so hot. Or my Twitter is Chloe Meadows 1, or Product Bieber. I have two, but it's kind of mixed into the other one, but it's Chloe Meadows 1 is the best way to search. And my Facebook page is Chloe Meadows, so feel free to come and like them. And I post very regularly on my Instagram and Twitter. Not so much my Facebook. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and I'll hopefully be back with a new video in a couple of weeks' time. Maybe next week, but hopefully soon. Bye!